Democratic candidate for governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia, State Senator Creed Deeds.
Jack, I want to thank you for that kind introduction. You know, a lot of people, you take people for granted sometimes, but I want you to know in Southwest Virginia, Jack Kennedy is recognized as one of the leaders in the among clerks of courts statewide. Not only has he brought innovation to the clerk's office in Wise County, he's changed the way clerks of court do their jobs in every part of the state. So you've got a gem on your hands here. I want to thank you for inviting me, and I want to thank the Southwestern Virginia Energy Technology Council for hosting this very important discussion of our energy future. And I want to acknowledge my friend, my colleague, my supporter, Philip Puckett, who's sitting right here, and also Bill Carrico's in the House of Delegates here. And I think Bill might have something to say in a little bit. He might get up here and tell everybody what's real. What I want to spend just a couple of minutes talking about is the next big thing, energy technology. You've heard of IT. This is ET, energy technology. Virginia, in my view, is ready to be the leader in this energy technology, an emerging field. In communities large and small across this Commonwealth, cutting-edge research is already taking place. Entrepreneurs are investing in next-generation energy technology, and policymakers are recognizing the inextricable link between our environment and the importance of our energy independence. Some of that cutting-edge research is taking place in Virginia includes a project going on up at Virginia Tech to develop a non-carbon emitting turbine engine. It's an amazing technology. Another candidate will talk a lot about poultry litter. Well, I want you to know that at Virginia Tech and at JMU, there's already research going on right now to take poultry litter and convert it to biodiesel. There's research going on at Old Dominion to convert algae into biodiesel. And here in Southwest Virginia, we're leading the nation in the development of carbon capture and sequestration technology research facilities in Blacksburg, Abington, and Dickinson County. It's a governor's job, in my view, to recognize these kinds of opportunities, to develop a statewide strategy for fostering innovation and to create the incentives that will lead to economic growth in every corner of the Commonwealth. From the very first day of this campaign, I put forth an agenda to do just that. Because if we don't do this right, if Virginia doesn't lead the way in energy technology, we will be missing a tremendous opportunity. I think the next tremendous opportunity for economic growth and expansion. It can happen right here. The consequences for our Commonwealth as a whole would be serious. But here in Southwest Virginia, the failure to capitalize on this opportunity would be devastating. I'm not ready to let new energy jobs go to West Virginia or Kentucky or Tennessee or Ohio. The jobs should come right here to Virginia. We need a comprehensive approach to our statewide strategy, and I have a plan to do just that. I want you to know I talk about it every day when I'm on the campaign trail. The first step to securing our energy future is to focus on how we can conserve energy by making smart investments to improve our infrastructure. One area with enormous potential for energy savings is investing in a national energy grid. Right now we have 3 electrical grids nationally, East Coast, West Coast, and Texas. We lose upwards of 15% of our energy production just in transmission. When I'm governor, I'll work with President Obama and with our congressional delegation to ensure we continue to invest stimulus money in developing this national grid and ensure we continue to invest non-stimulus dollars in establishing a national grid. Second, we need to invest in emerging energy technologies. The only barrier out there is our imagination. This is America. We put a man on the moon. We figured out how to make wartime and peacetime use of nuclear power. We can figure out how to burn coal cleanly. I'll partner with Rick Boucher, who I'm proud to say is also somebody that's one of my supporters in this Democratic primary. And I know a fellow you heard from earlier, and also my good friends Mark Warner, Jim Webb, and the President of the United States to further invest in clean coal technology. But we also need to get wind and solar projects from the planning phase to the production phase right away. Those projects will help us on our way to achieving a sensible and achievable mandatory renewable portfolio standard. We don't have a minute to waste. That's why I partnered with Governor Kane earlier this year to help spur investment in renewable and alternative energy technology and to help businesses hire workers for 21st century jobs. The major economic development projects that will create hundreds or thousands of new jobs, new energy jobs, are only going to come to a place that has a plan in place, a state strategy to harness the research and coordinate that research to build the next economy in Virginia. And that's the third and most important part of my energy agenda. I've got a vision to create a Virginia energy-based research triangle that will power our economic future, I think, for the next 100 years at least. I think this is the issue that will drive national dialogue for 100 years' time. We also get there by retooling the community colleges. It doesn't make sense to develop a 21st century economy unless every Virginian has the opportunity to engage. Community colleges within an hour's drive of every single Virginian. If we reinvest in our community colleges, if we retool them to retrain our workers for the good paying energy jobs of the future, and also bring broadband internet to every community of the state, we can create opportunity, we can create smart work everywhere. It's going to take a governor who has the experience to build consensus throughout our Commonwealth and a leader with the right visions for a sustainable long-term energy strategy. It's that kind of leadership that we need to take our state forward, to get our economy moving again. There's no more important job for state government at this point, and the federal government as well. There's no more important job than reinvigorating, restoring confidence in the economy. We're going to have to strengthen our middle class. We're going to have to seize the unique opportunity that makes Virginia the leader in energy technology. No Virginian should be left out of this new energy economy, and that's why I have a plan in place to create opportunity and prosperity and hope in every corner of Virginia. That's exactly what I want to do as governor, and I'm ready to go. I look forward to your questions.
Sir, the first question we have is, with the policy to drive alternative fuel sources down to reduce carbon emissions and to begin to comply with new international climate treaty ideas, what ideas do you propose to ease the economic transition burden in the region of the state that has supplied the fuel for Virginia's electric needs for more than a century via coal? And in other words, how would you endeavor to transform coal miners into the diversified energy works of the 21st century?
That's a great question. And I think there's no more question that better illustrates the point I was trying to make. Every question that relates to our energy future is critical to the future economic growth we're going to experience here in Southwest Virginia. And I will tell you, I think that energy independence is a matter of national and economic security. With respect to coal, let me tell you, I've got a set of tapes that I drive around with sometimes when I'm feeling depressed. I listen to. They're a set of tapes from John F. Kennedy's 1960 presidential campaign. There's a speech in there he gave in Logan, West Virginia during the primary season, and he said the number of coal mining related jobs had decreased from 1942 to 1960 by 50%. Now think about what's happened since 1960. The number of jobs has diminished even further and further. The reality is coal produces more than 50% of our electric power. It's going to continue to be part of our national energy future, and that's why I believe we have to continue to invest in clean coal technology, even as we move toward alternative and renewable sources of energy. There's no single silver bullet answer for our energy future. I think we have to continue to take a comprehensive, long-term approach, and in my view of our energy future, we cannot leave one single Virginian, one single part of the state out. You can count on me to continue to want to make sure we have economic prosperity in this part of Virginia and to continue to invest in clean coal technology.
My name is Ashley Banks, and I'm a Napoleon Hill Scholar. Senator Deeds, as the automobile manufacturers advance to electric cars beginning in 2010, and the consumer begins to purchase hundreds of thousands of all-electric or hybrids,